everyone, and welcome to another Create a Sim video. So today I'm making the notable newcomers, and this is just a household of 4 very different Sims who came to Del Sol Valley to try to become famous for very different reasons. And they are living together as roommates. They didn't know each other prior to this at all, but rent in Del Sol Valley is of course not cheap, so they had to find other people to live with and found each other through roommate finder websites, and they're living in this home that's kind of a starter home together, although it's not exactly a starter home because it does have 4 bedrooms, but the bedrooms aren't super big and the house itself isn't super big either, but it's still a pretty nice place for 4 Sims who are just starting on this new chapter of their lives together. And I am going to be making a speed build of their house that's hopefully going to be up this weekend. I have gotten a start on it, but I just need to actually finish the whole thing, so I'm aiming to have that up probably Saturday, maybe Sunday, depending on how long it takes me to finish it. But yeah, I'm really excited to share that as well because that's just going to be in a mid-century modern style. But I am making these Sims because I wanted to add more up-and-comer celebrity type Sims to the world for my Get Famous Let's Play, because I just wanted to add in some townies of my own. So I'm just going to plop these 4 in their house down in Mirage Park, and hopefully my Sims will bump into them. It'll be kind of cool to see them become incorporated into, like, I'm not going to force it or anything, we're just going to see if they meet them and how they become a part of things, if they even do. And that brings up something else I wanted to talk about. So a few of you have asked me about this already, but I wanted to add some more different Sims to this save file that you all have made, because I just always love doing it. Like, it's something I've done in series in the past, and I just find it so fun to have all of these different Sims that you all have created added into the save file. And then, you know, if you're watching the series, then you might see a Sim that you made walking around in the background. So if you do want to make a Sim for me to add into the series, then just add them into the Tides Changing LP hashtag. And in, let's say, a couple weeks, I'm going to go through that and just add a whole bunch of them in. So I'd say by, what is 2 weeks from now? I think that is going to be December 12th. Yeah, that's going to be 2 weeks after this video goes up. So I'll add them in before whatever the next part of the series is going to be after that. So I'm not sure how many I'm going to add in exactly, but depending on how many there are, I'm going to try to add in as many as I possibly can. Like in the past, I've been able to add in every Sim that's been made. So yeah, depending on things, that's what I would like to do. But yeah, this is a fresh save file, so there's just so many empty lots and such that I can fill in with households. So yeah, I would love to fill them in with households that you all have created, and they don't have to be the typical celebrity type of households. They can just be regular families or single Sims or just whatever you want in general. Like, they don't all have to be famous or want to become famous, because unfortunately Del Sol Valley is pretty much full. Like, there's 1 lot left in it, but I want to keep that open because I want to keep my options open for the future, because right now the Sims are living in the Pinnacles, but I'm not sure if they're always going to be there. You know, I'm not sure if they're going to maybe fall in hard times and end up needing to go to Mirage Park. Like, I honestly, like, really do not know where things are going to go exactly. So I just want to keep that lot open and keep my options open for the future. So I will be placing these Sims into all of the other worlds. So yeah, just make whatever you want. Like, it doesn't have to exactly go with the whole Get Famous thing, but if that's what you want to make, then make that. Just really whatever you want. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all end up creating, because it is always just so much fun to go through the Sims and add them into the world and all of that. But on to the Sim that we are making. This first Sim here is Roxanne Adams, or Roxy for short, and she wants to become a famous dancer or DJ, one of those two things, or maybe even both. Actually, becoming well known for both of them would be really cool. And she also does produce her own music, so that's another talent that she has, although I guess that's kind of related to the DJ mixing thing. But that's something a little bit newer. Like, creating her own music is something that she's gotten into a little bit more recently, but she definitely has a knack for it. So yeah, she's just very multi-talented, especially in the music realm, and she's really hoping to get a big break from all of that. And she's just been dancing for nearly her whole life. Like, she started taking ballet lessons when she was really, really young and fell in love with that. And from there, she fell in love with different types of dance styles. So she's just talented at different styles and loves and appreciates those different styles. And then when she was a teenager, she got into DJ mixing, and that became another passion of hers. And then more recently, she got into producing her own music. So yeah, hopefully she can make it big and get her big break and all of that. And I also just really love her style. So the whole inspiration for this came from the one sim that's on the artwork for the game, like the artwork that you see when you first load up the game on the home screen. Because on that, I noticed that there was a sim, it was a makeup artist who had this hair and this color, and I just thought that looked really awesome, and it made me really want to create a female sim that had this hair in the white color. And from there, that kind of, like, I kind of went with that when figuring out the rest of her style, and I just really like how it all came out. I just think she is such a cool sim. But we are almost done with her outfits, so her traits are dance machine, music lover, and insider, so definitely has some get-together related traits since 2 out of 3 of them are from that pack. And then her aspiration was party animal, just because I see her being very outgoing and wanting to throw lots of parties and being around people constantly, so I thought that that really suited her. And now we're on to her second sim, who is Craig Bishop, and he is the actor of the group. So with these sims, I was kind of focusing on more get famous related avenues to fame. So we've of course got the actor, we've got another one of the sims who wants to be a stylist, which didn't exactly come with get famous, but it came with a patch right before and it kind of goes together with it. And then the last sim wants to become a well-known social media personality, and I mean, Roxanne didn't exactly fit in with those kinds of things, but I feel like her wanting to be, like she doesn't want to become a famous music producer, so that is of course related to the whole avenues of fame for Get Famous. But I would love to make sims in the future who are famous for, or on their way to becoming famous for, different kinds of things, like a chef who's up and coming, or a writer who is famous, or like what else is there, like a famous, well, maybe not a famous secret agent, because that's kind of an oxymoron, although I guess you do have James Bond, but that's a bit of a different thing, like that's a fictional character. But it would still be cool to have sims who are famous for these other careers in the game, like maybe the tech guru career, like there are sim who owns their own tech company are becoming really famous for that. Like that might be something cool to make, because I just really, like I've talked about this before, but I just really like making sims with different kinds of backstories and just getting a chance to do that through these creative sim videos. And I also like making houses to go for them, so that way if you want to put them into your own game, then you have a house with them, so you don't have to worry about making a house that's custom fit for them. Or if you want to just have sims to add into your game that your sims can meet, then you can just plop the households and their house down in your game and everything's good to go. You don't have to worry about things not looking completely suited to them when you visit your sims. So that was also another part of why I wanted to make these sims, was just that I thought they would be really good as townies for Del Sol Valley. So if you want more random celebrity sims, then you could plop them down, although you may not want to sacrifice one of your precious Del Sol Valley lots for them, because yeah, we all know that there's not a whole lot of them to go around. But yeah, I mean, they're there if that's what you want, or you could just have them be a household that's not even technically anywhere in the game, because you can do that where you can just have households that aren't technically living on a lot and they'll still pop up around the world. Like a lot of the celebrities you see around Del Sol Valley are that kind of a deal, like Justin Broke and Dirk Dreamer, like they don't actually have a house anywhere. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun making these sims, and I've been more into creative sim lately because it's just been nice to take my time more with an aspect of the game that I've neglected in the past, because I've just been trying to get better at creating the sims and like get to know the tools and all of that are in creative sim, because I've been better learning how you can manipulate the sims in different ways, and just how things work in general, because I didn't really take a whole lot of time with that in the past. But anyway, back to the whole sim creation that's going on. We are almost done with his outfits. I'm on his hot weather outfit right now, and I really like his style as well. He's got this, like, I wouldn't say it's super flashy, like some outfits are a little flashier than others, but I don't know, I just really like the whole vibe that he's got going on. I think he's a really cool sim too. And his traits are good, so he's just an all-around good guy. He is a bit self-absorbed though, so he does like to be the center of attention, all that, and he's also neat, so he's a neat freak, and his roommate's lack of cleanliness at times does get on his nerves, especially Ria, who is the next sim we were going to make. Like, she is the opposite of him. She's a little bit more of a slob, so the two of them definitely butt heads over their different levels of cleanliness. And then the other two, who are Roxy, of course, and then Lance, who's the last sim, they're kind of more in the middle between the two, so they don't really get on Craig's nerves quite as much. But yeah, there's definitely some headbutting going on there, and then he does have the master actor aspiration, of course. But now we're on to our third sim, who is Ria Kapore, and she is our stylist sim. She was also the first sim to move into the house that they all live in, so she was the one who got in the first place, and of course, she knew that she couldn't afford it on her own, so she posted ads asking for roommates to try to find 3 roommates to fill the remaining bedrooms. But since she was the first one, she of course has the master bedroom, so she's got a little bit of a bigger room. She's got her own bathroom, which she is really, really happy about because she did not want to share a bathroom with her other roommates. And as I said, she does have the slob trait, but she kind of doesn't realize she's as messy as she actually is. Like, it's kind of funny that she wanted her own bathroom so she didn't have to deal with everyone else's mess, but she's kind of the messiest out of all of them, but gets very defensive when anyone else brings it up to her, which is most often Craig, because as I said, he is very neat. He's the opposite, but yeah, like, she's not super sloppy. Like, as you can see, she's very put together in terms of her appearance, but she does leave dishes in the sink. She'll leave dishes out on the counter or on the coffee table or that kind of a thing. Like, she just kind of forgets to pick things up or clean things up. Like, it's not horribly bad, but you know, when you've got roommates, you do get kind of annoyed, like, especially when they're roommates you don't know super well, you get kind of annoyed when they just leave stuff all over the place because you don't know if they're good on cleaning it up, so she just kind of drives everyone else nuts by leaving more messes behind than the rest of them. But she is still a fun person to hang out, and she's not the only one who gets on each other's nerves. Like, Roxy actually gets on her roommate's nerves with her loud music because I'm planning to put the music production station in her room. The DJ booth is going to be in a garage because I did make a garage that's a separate building in the house, so that's where a DJ booth is going to be, but she's still making noise in her room. She's still using her music production station late in the night or is playing music, so the rest of them get annoyed by the loud music, especially since Ria here and Lance are into making videos to upload to sims.tv, which I think is what the YouTube equivalent is called, as someone told me. So, you know, they want to record, and so I know all too well you need you need things to be pretty quiet when you're recording videos, so Roxy deciding to play music in the middle of them making videos does get very annoying, and it, you know, of course still annoys Craig too, and they all kind of like get on each other's nerves in some way. Like, that's just kind of what happens when you have very different people come together and try to live with each other, but it's not all bad. Like, it could definitely be worse than it is, but they of course don't know each other very well. And I did do some setup with these sims, so when you download them, they will already be at a 1-star level, hence why I call them noticeable newcomers. I was going to make a couple of them 2 stars because I thought it would be nice to have them be at different star levels, but then I decided to just put them all on the same footing because they are called the noticeable newcomers after all. And, you know, I had a hard time picking like who should be more famous than the others. So yeah, I figured it was easier just to do that. And I've also given them some skills that are built up because, you know, it wouldn't make sense to say that Roxy's a really good dancer and DJ mixer, but all of her skills are non-existent, you know, like they're all at 0. So I did go through and just kind of put their skills where I felt like they should be realistically, because they are young adults, so, you know, they've lived a little bit of life. They're not going to be starting from scratch. They're going to know how to cook a little bit. They're going to have some charisma skills, so that'll hopefully be there when you download these sims. And I also put a couple of them into jobs, so Craig and Ria are in their jobs. I wasn't sure what to do with Lance and Roxy, so you can figure out what to do with them if you do download them and put them into your own game. And another thing I wanted to mention is that, as you probably noticed, I did use some custom content on these sims, so I'll have some links in the description to what I use. I didn't use a whole lot. Like, I think I probably only used about 10 items of CC on all 4 of these sims, because with my creative sims, I like to go kind of minimal with the custom content and just use a little bit here and there, because it just makes my life a little easier because I don't have all of these links I need to find, and it also makes it a little easier if you download them because you don't have to go and hunt for all of these different custom content items if you want to use them. But yeah, what there is, I will have links for in the description. I also have links for stuff I commonly use, like my default skin and default eyes and the eyelashes that I always use, because if I could only have 3 items of CC, I would need the default skin, default eyes, and the custom, like 3D, or not the custom eyelash, but you know, like the 3D eyelashes. Like, I could kind of deal without the rest of it a little bit better, but those are my 3 like top things that I want to have in the game. Oh yeah, I forgot to say what the rest of Ria's traits were. So her other 2 were self-absorbed and ambitious, and then her aspiration was the world famous celebrity one. But we are on to Lance, who is our last sim, and as I said before, he wants to become a well-known social media personality, so he wants to just make videos for sims.tv. So I was thinking he could be into making vlogs, also into gaming content. So he's kind of, I mean, I know it's a little stereotypical, but I kind of made him a geeky gamer guy. Like, that's what I was going for. But he is also very outgoing. Like, he is someone who has a very, very easy time making friends. So another thing I gave these Sims was that I went in and I gave them their first perks. I'm not sure if that'll download with them or not, but I think I gave him the networking one because I just see him being someone who's very goofy. Like, he's very funny. He just kind of gets on people's good side really, really easily. So, yeah, I think he definitely gets along with everyone in this house pretty well. I feel like he's the one in the house they have the least issues with. Like, the other three kind of are things they do that get on everyone else's nerves, but he's mostly pretty good. I don't know if that'll change in the future once they all get to know each other a little bit better, but for now, it's pretty good for him. Oh yeah, I just remembered, I did also give him the hot-headed trait, so I think that's kind of like his flaw is that he's a little bit quick to temper, so I think he has kind of gotten angry with his roommates a little easy. Like, he has a little bit less of a tolerance for their flaws, so I think that's kind of like, they've all got something that, like, just something that kind of gets on the nerves. You know, not everyone is perfect, everyone's got something. But yeah, we are nearing the end of his creation. So his other traits are geek, of course, and outgoing. Kind of already said that. And then he also has the friend of the world aspiration, so that just goes with the whole him being very, very friendly thing. And yeah, I know I said it before, but I had a lot of fun making these Sims, and I mean, building will definitely be more of a focus than creative Sim videos, but yeah, I've just been wanting to do them more recently just to kind of explore a different aspect of the game that I haven't done much with in the past, as I said, and just to add some variety. But anyway, that is it for the making of these Sims, so I'm leaving you all off here with some screenshots so you can get a look at all their outfits, and they will be uploaded to the gallery. Unfortunately, because I use custom content, I won't be able to give a link, and you'll have to go on there and make sure you check the checkbox on the left side that says include custom content. Otherwise, you won't be able to find them, so you have to go to my gallery page. My origin ID is the Tides Changing on there as well, and then go to my library, I think is what it was, or something along those lines, and then make sure the include custom content is checked, and you'll hopefully be able to find them. I'll have some instructions in the description down below, but hopefully it's not too hard to find them if you do want to download them. But that's going to be all for me, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and bye!